I want to introduce an interesting idea, a concept to you. Now, I work with a lot of people, and oftentimes what comes up is criticism, self-attack, and I would propose two things to deal with this. If you do suffer with being really hard on yourself or being overly critical. So the first thing is, what you resist persists. So if you try to fight it, push it, it's just going to get louder. Consider it as a part of you that is trying to keep you safe from perceived danger, right? It may not be logical, it may not make sense, but to this part of you that is criticizing you, it makes perfect sense. And if you just ask it to go away, it's just going to get louder because it perceives that the risk is increasing, so its function needs to go up. So the first thing I want to present is to understand that this part of you is trying to be helpful. It's coming from a positive place. It's maybe coming about in a negative way. So the first thing I want to say is find something that you love about this part of yourself. What qualities does it have? What aspects does it bring forward that might be something that you would actually respect? So for example, if there's a part of you that criticizes you, right? It can only implement the resources that are inside of you to be used. So what do you love about those resources? So for example, you might be very determined or persevere, or maybe there's a value of truth or value of fairness. Maybe that's where it's coming from. Maybe those are the qualities. So ask, what do you love about this part of you, right? And then you can also ask yourself, where did this come from? When is it in my life where these messages came to be, right? And oftentimes we really take on the messages that we experience from our environment, right? So if we were criticized or we experienced something negative, what we interpreted as a child was that is not okay, and what can we do to prevent that from happening? And that's where that self-criticism is coming from. So the first thing is, in order for you to really embrace and start to love the qualities that coming from within yourself that are manifesting as criticism, as attack, right? What do you love about that, first of all? I know it may be a little bit hard because it's hard to be under attack, but if you can see the purpose behind it. And the second thing is like, is it actually relevant to what's happening today? Right? Is it actually helping you? And then asking, where did this come from? How old was I? And then the part of you that still believes that this is the case, try this. Ask it, how old is the thing that you are? Right? And chances are the answer you're going to get is going to surprise you. You're going to be like, oh, I feel like I'm 2 years old, or I'm 5 years old, I'm 10 years old, right? And then all you do is basically reflect back some reality. And it's like, okay, so I'm actually, like my current age, 42. I'm actually 42, and this is what my reality is like today. So when I was 8, I didn't have control. When I was 8, I was very reliant on my caregivers and my environment. But today, I have freedom of choice, right? I have a lot more resources to myself. So perhaps that criticism, that attack is no longer necessary for me to stay safe or to be able to accomplish whatever goal that critic was trying to do. And then once you do that, you simply place a boundary with this. Listen, it's no longer okay for you to treat me this way, and it's not helpful. So hopefully this helps. Leave a comment if it did, and see you next time.